What's going on, Garage Gang? Matt from GarageMC here. Guys, yeah, we got another Trx450r. So we've had an 04, we've had an 05, we had an 07, we had an 08. We're missing one in there. This is a 06 with a title. You guys already know what it is, man. Stay tuned, let's check this thing out. I got a smoking deal. Not even gonna tell you what I paid because you ain't gonna believe me, nor am I telling what I pay for stuff anymore. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so 2006 Honda Trx450r ER electric start. So right off the bat, we got brand new Razor tires, Maxxis, I believe. I didn't even know Razor had this style of tread. I didn't really look at those too much. We got Rock bead locks. We got Rock Nerf bars. I know they look like the Albas or the eBay ones. You know, so do the bead locks. Look like ITPs, Albas, Rock. Not even familiar with the Rock brand. Anyway, brand new tires and wheels. Nerf bars are brand new. We got a Lex slip-on, the MX style, I believe. Can't see under the badge there. I'm not too familiar with the Lex exhausts either. They're very affordable though, from what I understand. AC front bumper. We got GT suspension front shocks. We have a Hauser steering stem. Looks like a +1, maybe +2, +half forward. We got streamline levers. We have the Tusk Chub bars. What else is on this puppy? That's about it as far as aftermarket upgrades. Die-hard battery. The seat has a small hole in it right here. Hauser stem clamp. This little key bracket looks like it's riveted on, so I'm assuming that comes as one piece. OEM plastics, OEM seat cover. Like I said, it came with a title. All the lights work. We got a parking brake block off, GTS. It's got the stock OEM air filter in it. The axle, you know, it's got its typical wear and, you know, corrosion on it. The engine is super clean. Super clean. It's got skid plates, front and rear. Stock rear shock. FCR 39, stock carb. That's about it as far as upgrades on the bike. So, why did we grab another 450R? Well, guys, any of you that are OGs to the channel will remember this bike. We had it here and we were working on it at one point in time. It belonged to somebody that lives in my neighborhood, and then it just sat in my shed for I don't know how long, and he asked me if I wanted to buy it. So, as you can see, we now own this one. So anyway, let's get into what the problem is, and I believe the carburetor's dirty, so, but I got some stuff here for it already, and yeah, let's pull the carb on this thing, man. And I'm also going to clean up the plastics a little bit. We got some rub. Matter of fact, I can give you guys a backstory on this quad. So the guy I got this from bought this brand new in 06. He rode it a little bit for like 2 or 3 years, like less than 40 hours on it. Then he just parked it in his shed for like 10 years. It just sat there. Then his buddy that does MX borrowed this bike, obviously did the wheels, tires, the suspension, the Hauser stem. It had a hood on it at one point, so the headlight and everything was taken off, but it's all here now, and all the lights work too, by the way. They had a key drilled in here. But anyway, he borrowed the bike, did all this aftermarket stuff on it. You know, just so you guys can, just, you know, I don't mean to jump around topics, but look at the A-arms on this thing, man. They're not even like worn down at all. They're not touched up either. Nobody touched it up. It still has the factory brake pads in it. So, I mean, damn good deal on this. I think this is definitely the cleanest one that I've gotten and the cheapest one that I've gotten. You can see all the fins here. We got a couple little tiny ones that are bent here, but pretty friggin' mint, man. Pretty friggin' mint. Airbox is all complete with the lid. Like I said, OEM filter, but His buddy borrowed it, used it for like, I don't know, a few races, and then gave it back to him. So the issue that this bike is having, the valves were way out of spec. So I did all the valves, everything's all shimmed and ready to go. It's like backfiring and popping. So I'm sure from sitting for, I don't know, last time this quad was ridden was probably, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and it just sat. I mean, it's been sitting here at my house for like 10 months. So he just never, you know, came out of pocket to buy the stuff it needed or paid me for doing the shims or anything like that. So it just sat here. Basically stored it for him. So I believe the carburetor's a little dirty. So I have from 223cycles.net, yeah, it says 07, but it's the same carburetor. I have a full carb rebuild from 223cycles.net. I also have another set of the inner shrouds that are mint. No, those are not 06 stickers. I believe those are like, one of you guys can correct me in the comments, but I believe that's 09. The graphics on there, no big deal. No holes or anything cut in them. So I got this, I got that. I got some grips that match if I want to do that. Also pulled out my manual because you guys know I, you know, have my manuals laying around. As far as the gas tank on it, up to 07 or 08, they did the one-piece tank like that. I also have this one from a 2010 that I parted out with the separate cover on it, so I'll probably swap to that and order a red cover. I also have my red 4Works hood that I never used, still brand new, but I think I want to keep a headlight on this one. It's a tough call, man. I got it so cheap that like I could flip it right now and probably triple or quadruple my money, you know, after fixing the carburetor. My buddy Tim, you guys know him, the Stig guy I always ride with. He's like, dude, you need to keep that quad, keep it around for a backup, blah, 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 blah. And he's right. He's right. I probably should keep it, you know. I'm in it so cheap that it makes sense either way, I guess. I could enjoy it for the summer and then let it go. But either decision I make, we still need to rebuild the carb. So I'm going to go ahead and strip the plastics off camera. It's pretty simple, man. I'm going to take the gas tank off. I'm going to take the front fenders off. So as soon as we pick back up, you guys will see this thing with all of its plastics off of it. And then we will start by taking the air box out and getting down to the carburetor. And then while I have it apart, I might as well go ahead and vapor blast it. Since, you know, we got the vapor blasting cabinet, we might as well put it to good use, which I do pretty much every day, man. That tool there, the vapor blasting cabinet, you know, I built that thing for less than 350 bucks because I found the cabinet used on Marketplace for like $40. I did a video and a breakdown of all the parts that I bought and the money that I put into this. As a matter of fact, somebody commented on that video and was like, oh man, it's clickbait because you got really good results, so it costs you way more than $350. I don't know how people think. I really don't understand. I guess common sense should be called rare sense, but you would think me getting really good results for what I paid for that cabinet would make the video even that much better. You know what I mean? I built this cabinet for under $350, which is exactly what I did. So I don't understand how that's clickbait. Some people should probably just, I don't know, just chill out in their straitjacket and stop watching YouTube videos. So I don't get it. But anyway, all right, let me get this thing stripped down and then we'll pick back up, man. Keep watching. I don't know, man. This deal just keeps getting better and better. So can we just take a minute here to appreciate the zinc coating on this whole bike is still like mint. I mean, look at the motor mount bolt down there. It's still shiny. But the reason this deal keeps getting better and better, I just noticed this. You guys know what that is? That is the GT Thunder or Hess rear shock linkage. I didn't even know that was on this bike. I didn't even notice it before, man. If this thing was, let's just say this bike was stock when I bought it, still a smoking deal, man. Still a smoking deal. What is crazy, and this is the reason why I bought this at first, but obviously my plans have changed because any of you guys that watch my channel know that I'm all over the place, man. We have like 6 different projects going on at one time right now. The 330 is sitting right here. This is what's crazy. So I'm ordering new wheels and tires for this. I got rid of the Alba bead locks that were on it. They're just a little too heavy for the front of a two-stroke, in my opinion. Are they great wheels and tires? Absolutely. I stand behind them 100%. So I got these Diamond J custom front shocks, and I'm like, dude, I can't run these things on a 250R, bro. So I went ahead and bought brand new shocks. You guys will see them when they get here, for the front of that bike. But I was like, and that was one day before this deal popped up. Had this deal have popped up, I would have took these shocks off the front of this and put it on the 330R, because these are really nice front shocks. And I have stock 450R shocks that I would have threw on here. You know, it's just how it goes. I could have saved myself like $1,000 on the front shocks that I bought for this. So now that I'm stripping this thing down to do the carburetor and, you know, refresh a few things, you know, it's got the really nice front shocks. It's got that GT Thunder Hess rear shock linkage in there. I have this laying around, Stage 4 Elka rear. So might as well go ahead and swap that out too. You know, I have never had a quad with all suspension done to it, man. Just never had it. I also have some Stage 4 Elka long travel fronts. So if we end up doing something to this, man, it'll probably be, you know, my normal thing, liquid cooled bike. So we're gonna get a nice GPI rad. I'll probably do an aftermarket axle. I think I have two Lone Stars and a Dura Blue here. They're for a 400EX, but I'm pretty like 99% sure those are swappable. And we'll probably go ahead and do the Team Alba Racing Gull Wing long travel A-arms. Pretty affordable. I put a set of +2s on my 07 450R from back in the day, if you guys remember that. You know, if you don't, check back my older videos. That we had that thing all decked out. Then we ended up trading that for my 06 Yamaha Banshee. Never even rode the bike, just did all that stuff to it and, you know, traded it off. That's just, you know, how some of these deals come to fruition, man. You know, there's just so much stuff going on, but there's always a method to my madness, guys. You know, I know a lot of you guys like to watch videos and get instant gratification by the end of the video, but, you know, it's just not how things roll. You know, that's why I have so many projects going on. As I'm waiting for parts for one, I move on to another that a bunch of parts came in for. You know, it is what it is. So I really enjoy working on these things and decking them out and all that stuff and figuring out what's wrong with them and everything. It's just like, it's part of the fun for me. So anyway, all right. Like I said, we got the air box out. I'm going to remove the heat shield, which is usually missing on these, at least the past 3 that I've had, and pull the carburetor, and then we will go over to the bench and start stripping this thing down, clean it, and rebuild it. We have got our carburetor off. Yet again, found another surprise. We have a ported head on this thing. When I did the valves, the shims on this thing, I think it was a stock cam. I wasn't really paying attention to that, honestly. I was just doing the shims. So we might even have a cam in this thing too, man. Definitely gonna have to do some research now and make sure we got this thing jetted properly. So I don't understand why there's still a stock header on this thing with a ported head and everything, but you know, just part of the fun, I guess. I just got off eBay. I ordered a new uni filter because this one here has got a hole in it, and I like to run unis on all my bikes. I ordered a seat cover to cover up that hole. I ordered a Bel-Ray oil change kit for this thing. So Bel-Ray gear saver for the trans side, the Thumper 10W40 oil for here, new oil filter. What else did we order? I ordered one other thing too. How do I already forget what I just ordered? Anyway, all right, it don't really matter. That stuff will be here in a few days, but all right, let's, I'm going to drain the fuel out of this or whatever's still left in there, and then we will take it over to the bench and let's get this puppy rebuilt, man. And then I don't have an air filter yet, obviously, but we could at least start it without one. I'm not gonna ride it in this video though. All right, so we got the carb off the bike, and I'm thinking we'll go ahead and crack the lower float bowl, the large 17 mil down here, and see if maybe we could just get away with cleaning just the jets. This carb may be fine, so I don't want to go ripping it apart yet and wasting the carb rebuild kit. So let's just take a look. I already cracked this free. There's probably still some fuel in this thing. This is the tray from my engine stand that I use. So we're looking, I mean, there's definitely trash in there, but nothing crazy. So that's one of the cool things about these FCRs, man. You can get to everything just pretty easily. Get some of these lines out of my way. Let's see here. We can leave those on for now. Alright, so let me get out some tools that we're going to need. And I'm willing to bet that one of these is some type of clogged in some way. There's some fuel still coming out. Alright, so I guess we will start with the main. Crack this puppy out of here. Okay, it's coming out with the whole thing. That's good. Alright, still a ton of fuel in there. Alright, go ahead and get a gander at this. She actually looks pretty clean, guys. I don't know if I can get you a good enough shot at this, if the camera will focus enough, but she's clean, man. She's clean. Alright. Good, but not good at the same time, because that means that the problem is somewhere else. Alright, so we will go with the pilot here. I'll just leave this out. I want to see what jet sizes we are running at the moment anyway. This is not a how-to, guys. I am not a carburetor wizard. My name is not Curdy Eldridge, and I do not own and run 223cycles.net. So, you know, you're looking for a how-to on this. I'm not the one, but I know enough to get done what I gotta get done. You know what I mean? So, the pilot is somewhat clogged. It's definitely dirty. I'm probably definitely not going to be able to get you guys a good angle at this, but yeah, it should be. It's like half dirty. Let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. I do have the tools to run the little brushes and stuff through these, so let me do that real quick, and then we'll pick back up and let me make a decision on what to do here. If I should tear this all the way down and rebuild it, which probably makes sense since I have it out of the bike. I do know that this bike has been sitting for years, so probably wouldn't hurt. But all right, let me figure out what I want to do here. So I took the float bowl off, and I think our problem's going to be lying somewhere else. So this is like really clean. There's a little tiny bit of trash down by where the drain is down there, but I mean, this thing is it's one of the cleaner carburetors I've seen. Everything else is clean in here. So as far as jet sizes, this is the I don't know the proper terminology on these, but it came out of this third hole off to the side. This was our main in the center, and our pilot was over here. The ones that I took from the out of the lower 17mm bolt. So this third spot here, we have a 72, and then for the main we had a 128, and then what do we got here? A 45 on the pilot. So I was looking at the jet sizes that came in the OEM rebuild, and these are smaller. So it was jetted up for, you know, the exhaust. Is it enough? Not sure, man. Not sure. I got to do some research on the forums and see what, you know, what it calls for. I might not run that Lex exhaust. I also have a HMF sitting here as well. So I might swap that out, but I haven't really ran a quad with a Lex yet, so I might just leave that. But I mean, that's whatever. It's a slip-on, so it ain't really going to determine what different size jets we use between the Lex or an HMF. So I'm thinking our problem is somewhere else, man. The gas tank, when we were draining the old fuel out of it yesterday, it was like kind of dripping by. Maybe the petcock is clogged up a little bit and it's not letting enough fuel through. It's enough for it to run, and then maybe it's burning it slightly faster than it's replenishing it in the bowl. So how I'm going to combat that is I'm going to probably put the newer style gas tank with the secondary cover on it. So let me slap this thing back together. You know, if I need to take it back out, it's really not that big of a deal. And I'll show you guys that this thing runs. I'll show you guys what parts we got coming for it and what we're going to do to it next. Not going to be like a crazy build on this. We're just going to do a couple more upgrades and, you know, call it good, man. Just keep something around that I could just jump on and ride whenever my 2-strokes are being rebuilt, or, you know, not the proper type of quad to take out for certain terrain. You know, 4-stroke might be better than a 2-stroke is in some cases, and then vice versa. So, all right, let me slap this back together, and I'll show you guys that this thing runs, and we'll talk about it and what else I got coming, and I'll piece you guys out. All right, guys, took a little break for a second. Tim, the Stig, we were just talking about him before, about what we were planning on with this 450R, and he stopped by with his Banshee. Just got done building the engine on this, so figured we'll throw it in here and show this to you guys real quick. Tim, what up, bro?
What's up?
So here we are, man. Tim, here, I'll let you walk him around and explain the bike to him and stuff.
It's got a hot rods crank, stock, stroke, Athena, 370, big bore cylinders, ported. They call it a triple port. Brand new OEM carbs, 280 mains, the needles on the 4th clip down, unipods, billet clutch basket, shift star mod.
Billet intakes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Billet intakes with the crossover boost bottle delete. It crosses over on the inside of the intakes.
Who did all that fresh ass vapor blasting, bro?
My homeboy Matt. Stock head. I can't remember what else, bro.
FMF SSTs.
Yeah, K-Saber, SSTs. She's still under construction, but she'll be cleaned up in the next couple weeks.
Start this peg up for him, bro. Let you guys hear this thing real quick.
Well, what do you think? She's got like an hour on her?
Maybe an hour.
Oh, she's on the Kickstarter too.
Oh yeah, Kickstarter's all rebuilt. It's got an 06 swing arm, 06 shock. It's an 87 frame that's been converted to A-arm. Titled frame. Should be getting done soon. Just wanted to get the engine all together and get it all ironed out. Back to the 450R. Alright, yeah, we got the carburetor back on. This is on choke. It's something's still off, but I mean, no air filter on it right now. Taken out and ridden and cleaned out. Any of you guys that know what I'm saying when I say that will understand what I'm saying. This thing's been sitting for a long time. It could just be need the cobwebs blown out of it, you know what I mean? So wait for the air filter to come in, and then in the next video we'll take this thing for a rip. So let me clean up and I'll piece you guys out. All right, man, so now it seems to be working fine. So, you know, me and Tim are sitting here talking. we're just gonna, when the air filter comes in and my fluid change and all that stuff, finally got to see the rad fan kick on. It's a little, the fan looks a little wobbly, like it's maybe a bad bearing in the fan motor, but I have another fan from one of the other 450Rs still. So yeah, we got the idle tuned down. Before we were shutting the choke off and it would just, like, you know, it would just turn itself off like 2-3 minutes after. But you know, like I said, first time we got to see the fan kick on. And you guys are wondering, yes, I grabbed another LT250R. Don't worry. I got a thing for Suzuki's too now. Yeah, so once the filter and the oil change kit comes in, I have new coolant here. I'm probably going to throw a thicker aluminum rad on there, like a GPI, while I have it apart and all the fluids out of it. It just makes sense to do it now. I think it's like 70 bucks, man. Get some new Mishimoto lines for it. And yeah, that's about it. And then Tim, what do you think, bro? We'll just go blow the damn cobwebs out of this thing?
Rip the balls off of it.
Yeah, so that's probably just what it needs, man. This bike's been sitting for years, man. I mean, you guys can see how clean this thing. It's obviously been sitting for quite a long time. You know, it's just super clean. You just don't see them like this still. You just don't. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's other ones. I mean, even, yeah, I showed them earlier in the video, but I mean, come on, man. You guys know how these A-arms get after even a little bit of riding, and there's no touch-up paint on these things at all, man. So, really good purchase. I'm still happy with it, even if we got to figure a little issue out. One of the reasons why I'm not a 450R fan, you know, 9 out of 10 of them are maintenance queens, and then, you know, you get ones like Tim has that he had 500 hours on with like 2 valve adjustments. You know, it's like Banshees. Same thing, man. Some are built on Mondays, some are built on high morale days. It's just how it goes with anything. But anyway, thank you guys for checking this video out, man. We'll have the one of the next videos of this quad, because you guys know I like to jump around from project to project. You might not see this again for 4 or 5 more videos, but you know, as soon as the parts come in, we'll tackle this and get this thing out in the trail. This will be my backup rider for now. I'll see you guys in the garage next time. Thanks for joining me. And that's it. Throw me a thumbs up. Peace!